The biggest punchline to me is it's funny to me that the people who are directly responsible for such huge parts of pop culture are oftentimes the least likely to get into the big party because you don't know their names or their faces. I play Pierce, the other half of the songwriting duo Pierce and Sarah. And yeah, I think it's funny and wacky and zany and very scrappy, and I had fun making it. We made it in like 0 time. I mean, the whole thing was like a fever dream. So the fact that we're here like a little more than a year later putting it out is wacky. How'd you feel about making the show?
What I love about Sarah and Pierce is like they really support each other through thick and thin. And they believe in each other and lift each other up. And they make hard decisions. They're loyal to each other, even when it's maybe not the coolest decision to make. So Darren, what I thought was so funny is straight out of the gate, Sarah and Pierce lie about, you know, their status and that they're these big time songwriters, but it works and it actually gets them their first, you know, breakout gig. Was that based on anything, or do you relate to that? Have you ever faked your way through something?
I feel like I have continually faked my way through my entire career. I mean, I feel like most artists have a pretty, hopefully, healthy dose of imposter syndrome. So I remember I had an audition once. We're on the way out. I think it's because I'm a big like Anglophile and I'm an actor, so I can't help it. On the way out, I remember saying something to the effect of like, cheers, thanks very much. And not really thinking that I was doing it. And then they stopped me at the door and they're like, oh, wait a second. Hang on. Are you British? And in that second, I had this whole moment of like, if I say yes, will they suddenly consider me more for the role because they think that everything that just happened was me putting on an American accent and somehow this is more impressive?
But it does immediately make you sound cooler. It just does.
It does a little bit.
It really
does.
Like you could say the worst thing like, oh, I had diarrhea today. And it sounds good.
So, Keva, have you faked it until you made it?
The thing that comes to mind for me is my audition for Pitch Perfect. If this was before the whole Pitch Perfect franchise, it was when it was brand new, and my manager called me and said, you have an audition for Pitch Perfect. You have to prepare the sides and 16 bars of a pop song. Like, I am not a trained singer. So I said to my manager, I'm like, ooh, he's gonna know I'm a fraud. I don't think I should, this audition's for me. He's gonna see right through my BS. Like, I'm not a real singer. And he's like, Heather, just sing what you sing at karaoke. Okay, you're an actor, just pretend you could sing. So I'm like, fine. I sing Natural Woman. Okay, but ignorance is bliss. Like, I was just so confident in this karaoke version that I just went in, and the director was like, okay, that was really good at this time, but can you belt it out for me? And like I said, I'm not a trained singer, so I don't know what belting is. But I was just like, oh yeah, I was like, I love belting. I was like, I prepared a belting version too, for sure. And then in my head, I was just like, God, like, now's the time to step in, like whatever belting is, just let me do. So I did another take. I guess I belted because I got the part, but then it was like this cascade of lies, like Pierce and Sarah. Then on set, like in the studio, I'm recording my solo, I Saw the Sign, and they were like, okay, now can you give us a high C note? And I was like, totally, I love high C notes. Like, sure. In my head, I'm like, and then at the rap party, Elizabeth Banks was like, you know, I don't know if you fancy yourself a singer, but like, we didn't, you know, we thought maybe we would have to have you lip sync. And she's like, but we used all your stuff. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I'm a singer for sure.
I think a lot of the things in my life that are kind of built from a really fun, genuine place of heart and companionship, you know, when they're all cobbled together quickly, it does, the heart always shines through. And I think that being a part of something like Quibi, being part of this new frontier of storytelling, most people are at home right now. I think Royalties is a really cute, fun escape from things. I think Heather's wonderful. We have a lot of really wonderful guest stars on the show, and I'm really proud of the music that we wrote for the show. So, hey, if you didn't even like our show, hopefully you like the tunes. It's out on Quibi. It's called Royalties. It's about songwriters and about two fun friends that are doing their best to make the world happy.